Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, judges, good to see you. I'd like to do something a bit different today. I was going to show you just one magic trick, but I think it's a pretty good one, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. Now, as a young boy, I had many favourite stories, and one of them I'd like to show you a trick based on one of my favourite stories as a young boy, if that's okay. The story begins like any good story. Once upon a time, in a magical land called Y, there was a joke. Thank you both of you. There was a castle, and in the castle there lived a king and a queen. Now the king and the queen had a prince son, and the prince was the most humble and most courageous and brave and handsome man in all the land. His name was Neil. No, sorry, his name was Prince Neil. Okay, and he got to the age where his parents decided it was a good idea for him to go out and find a wife for himself. So he had to search all the land to find the most beautiful princess he could possibly find. Now, unfortunately, this was a difficult task because the prince had very high standards for himself. And after looking for many a year, found no princesses worthy of him. So he came home dejected and alone, unfortunately. So anyway, the prince was up in his room crying away, and there happened to be a ferocious storm take out in the magical village of Y. And there was rain and sleet and hail, and it was a horrible storm. And late in the night, there was a bang at the door. The king came downstairs, opened the big door, and standing there, looking slightly wet and dishevelled, was the most beautiful princess in the whole land. She was a bit wet though. Now, to continue the story, I need some help from someone in the audience. So I need to pick a beautiful princess. So boys, put your hands down. The most beautiful princess in all the land. Now, I'm trying to find someone who's... Oh, hang on. No, hang on. So maybe not a beautiful, maybe just a princess. I can see one. Can I pick you? Is that all right? Would you mind coming up and helping us? No. Right. Me? Yes, please.
Oh, get this.
Don't act so surprised. A round of applause. Right, so first we need to stand up on the X one, please. Do you feel like a star? I'm going to hopefully make you a star. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, lovely name, okay? Now, Sarah, I need you to be a princess in the story, but first things first, I need you to show me how good your acting skill is. So, can you just stand there and look a bit dishevelled, like you've been and beautiful at the same time? That looks excellent, yes, that's fantastic, well done. Okay, just place the umbrella down on the floor for me there, that'd be great. And I'm going to carry on my story. Now, before we do that, you need to look a bit more like a princess. So I should be able to do that. Just hang on a second. Just hold that for me. Fantastic. And then...
Get this, Errol. I want this on film.
Right. Oh, look at that. Princess Sarah! Okay, now the story continues, Sarah, that actually the princess was standing there and she looked completely distraught, but it's very beautiful still. Okay, so she needed a place to stay. So the king, being a nice king, let the princess come in and said, I'll give you a room. Now, the queen, she was a clever woman. She thought, hang on a second. This is a beautiful woman. I've got a very handsome very handsome prince. They could get together. But she wanted to test the character of this princess. So the way she did it was to do the obvious test of checking if a princess is of noble character by taking a little pea, and placing it under the mattress of the bed where the princess was going to sleep. Now, I don't have a pea with me, but I do have in my pockets. Make sure I don't see this a big playing card. I'm glad it was that way. That would have been it. And I'm going to place the pea or the playing card on the chair. And I want you to sit on it so that I can't do anything to it, okay? Fantastic. It looked royal over there, fantastic. Right, okay, so the story continues. The princess went to bed, and when she woke up in the morning, she came downstairs and was asked by the king and queen, how did you sleep? And do you know what the answer was? She didn't sleep a wink. Didn't sleep at all. And she couldn't sleep because of the pea. Now the queen obviously, because it makes perfect sense, somehow in the story, that a princess wouldn't know, would be asleep because of a pea. So she knew that she was a great princess and would be perfect for her son. So he asked her that day, and they got married. Lovely story, isn't it? The end. Okay. Now there is actually a trick here. Okay, I've got you to sit on a playing card. Now I also have a deck of cards here as well. Now the test is, I want to see, Sarah, if you are going to be as good a princess as this woman was in the story. Do you reckon you can manage that? I think you can too, okay? So what we're going to do, we've got a deck of cards here. Now you have to be the eyes for the audience, okay? In here, you can see it's just a deck of cards. Yep. They all look different. They look good to you? Excellent. Now this is the test. Now I thought about this story and I thought, why did the woman know? How did the mum know that this woman would be a good character? I think it's because women seem to know things that men don't. I think that women would agree here. They just seem to have that intuition, that sort of knowledge in their head. They can just make a decision and think, that's the right thing. So we're going to try and test this to see if you're a real princess, and it will make sense in a second, okay? So what we're going to do is start off with the cards. I want you to take the cards, and I'll take your wand for a second. I want you to just split them in half, okay? So just got half in each hand, okay? And then hold them like this, like a set of scales, okay? Now this is the thing we're going to do. We're going to check sort of your intuition, okay? So don't think about it. Intuition is like thinking without thinking. You're going to just chuck one of the halves of that cards at the judges. No, that wouldn't get me good marks. Chuck them in the umbrella, okay? So on the count of three, just either one of the packets, just chuck it in there.
No?
Whenever you want. Oh, wow. Good shot, kind of. That's right. Now you've made it equally half of yourself as well with the umbrella that way, but I like that. It's a challenge. Okay, does that feel good? I would have chucked it and just drunk it, but it would take ages to clear up. Just cut the half of the cards again to another half. Okay, and then again, pick whichever one you want, and then on the count of three, just chuck them in there, okay? Just so they can, when they've got stuck. That's clever, I've done that. There we go, just so that everyone can see the cards in there. Fantastic. Okay? On the count of three, oh, well done. On the count of one, that's even better.
Sorry.
No, that's great. But now the last thing, okay? No, we'll take the cards. You've probably got about, well, you've got three cards here, okay? I want you to just touch any one of those cards. The middle one, fantastic, okay? And put your hand out for me, so you can put another, I'm going to put this one in there, and I'm going to throw the rest in there, okay? Very fair, no moves, okay? Now this is the test to see if you really, do you feel like a princess there? I think you look like one. Do you want to hold your wand again for a little bit? Just give it a little wave. Oh, well, that's wonderful, isn't it? Okay, I'll take it back now. It's dangerous in the wrong hands, okay? So this is the test, okay? You picked out one card from all the cards in the deck, just by your intuition, okay? Now this is the test to see if you really are a princess, because you're sitting on a card as well, aren't you? Now the chance of you getting the card to match the same colour as another card is 1 in 2, okay? To get the same number is 1 in 4, to get the same suit is 1 in 13, and to get the exact same card is 1 in 52. That's pretty hard odds. I don't expect the kids to understand. Don't gamble, okay? It's not worth it. Okay, yeah, so you picked one card, okay? Now hopefully if you've matched the card, you will be a true princess and everyone here will go crazy for you and you'll get a massive round of applause. If not, I'm running off there crying. Yeah. So I'll see how that goes. Stand up for a second, don't show anyone else the card, pick up the big one and hold it to yourself. Okay, and let's have a little look, just us two. How did you get on? I'm not touching you. Oh, come on. Goodness me, we have a princess. Turn over the cards, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. That's amazing. Princess Sarah, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Come on off.